Everybody wants passive income. It is one of those phrases probably invented in a hot tub by someone selling a course. Make money while you sleep. Make money while you travel. Make money while sitting on a beach holding a coconut, pretending sand is comfortable. And look, I understand the appeal. Active income is exhausting. You work, you get paid. You stop, the money stops. That feels unfair. So money arriving without you constantly showing up sounds beautiful. But there is a part that usually stays hidden. Passive income is real, but it is rarely passive at the beginning. Most passive income is just active work, upfront capital, or risk-wearing sunglasses. That is the trick. People show you the beach. They don't show you the years of saving, the maintenance, the tax forms, or the mild emotional breakdown when your investing app looks like a crime scene. Passive income has a price. Not always a bad one. If you want dividends, rental income, bond interest, or investment growth, you need capital. Real money. Not inspirational money. Not "I manifested abundance" money. Actual money. Dividends can be nice, but dividends require owning enough assets first. Getting 4% on $1,000 is $40 a year. Congratulations, you have financially dominated one dinner. To generate meaningful income from investments, you need a meaningful amount invested. That does not make it bad, it just means it is not a shortcut. Real estate is similar. People call rental property passive income, and sometimes, compared to a normal job, it is. But property is passive in the same way owning a cat is passive. Rentals need repairs, tenants leave, and suddenly your passive income has 3 invoices and a plumber named Ivan who says he can come between Tuesday and 2029. Again, not bad, just not magic. Then there is the online business version. The dream is simple: build it once, get paid forever. The reality is, build it, promote it, update it, bug fix updates, then promote it again because the algorithm wandered off. So when someone says, "I make money while I sleep," the honest follow-up question is, how many years did you stay awake first? Investing is probably the cleanest example. Long-term investing is one of the simplest ways ordinary people can build wealth without creating a second job. You buy diversified assets. You keep adding money. You don't touch it every time the news screams. That is passive in the day-to-day sense, but it is not passive emotionally. Because risk is not just a number, risk is a feeling. On paper, everyone is brave. People say, "I can handle volatility." Then the market drops 25% and suddenly their strategy shifts and blood pressure increases. That is when you discover your real risk tolerance, not in a spreadsheet, in your stomach. Risk is how you behave when the number goes down. It is whether you stay calm, panic sell, or abandon a reasonable plan because one red chart made your brain hurt. And this is why the best investment strategy is not always the one with the highest theoretical return. It is the one you can actually stick with. Being too aggressive can ruin you because you quit at the worst moment. Being too cautious can hurt you because inflation slowly eats your money. Cash feels safe. And for emergencies, it is. You need cash. Cash buys time. But over long periods, cash loses purchasing power. Prices rise. Your money stands still. It just looks boring, so people ignore it. Stocks can grow a lot over time, but they drop, sometimes hard. Bonds can add stability, but they usually will not make you rich. Real estate can create income, but it needs capital, patience, and maintenance. Side hustles can have upside, but they eat time. And time is the one asset you cannot earn back with a cashback card. This is where people skip an obvious move. If you are not ready for that trade-off yet, your best return might not be another passive income idea. It might be upgrading your skills. Boring? Yes. A higher active income gives you more surplus. More surplus gives you more options. And more options make it easier to build the passive stuff later. A bigger portfolio, more stability, less panic. Sometimes, the smartest passive income move is improving your active income first. So there is no risk-free path. there are only trade-offs. Pick your pain. That sounds negative, but it is actually freeing. Because once you stop looking for the perfect option, you can choose a realistic one. You can ask better questions. Not, how do I make passive income fast? That question is how people end up buying a $900 course from a man beside a rented Lamborghini. Ask this instead. What trade-off can I live with? Can I handle market drops? Can I wait years? Can I accept lower returns in exchange for sleeping better? Those are grown-up questions. Less sexy, more useful. The goal is not to avoid risk completely. You can't. The goal is to understand the risk before it surprises you. If you know stocks will fall sometimes, a drop is part of the deal. If you know rental property needs repairs, a broken boiler is not a "why me" disaster. It is Tuesday. You will see the cost clearly. That is the real advantage. Not finding income with no effort. Finding income where the effort, risk, and reward actually fit your life. So yes, build passive income if you want. Invest, own assets, build systems, but don't worship the fantasy. The fantasy is money appearing from nowhere. The reality is better. Money coming from decisions you made earlier. That is what passive income really is. Past effort paying future you. Past discipline buying future options. Past patience making today a little less controlled by your paycheck. And that is worth building. Just don't confuse the beach with the business.